on right now with Kyle Richards and this whole Erika Jane telling Garcelle's 14-year-old to F off. And we just have a lot to talk about today, guys. Beverly Hills has us left talking. There's also some scenes that have been released that we didn't see with Dorit and PK and Kyle and her husband. And so we just have a lot to talk about today, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started. A couple of you guys in the room, welcome. If you love Beverly Hills, then this video is for you. Sorry, I'm just getting my camera together. There we go. And if you don't love Beverly Hills, then this video is definitely not for you. You'll probably just want to keep going. But before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Hey, JoJo. Hey, Groovy. I'm glad to see you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. Okay. Let's start with Erika telling Kyle's 14-year-old son, hey, Nikki, to F off. Well, first she said, get the F out of here. Hey, Pam, we're talking Beverly Hills. Not sure if you guys have been on the internet today, but there's been some footage released of Erika telling Garcelle's 14-year-old son to F off. Well, she said, get the F out of here. Hey, Alan, I'm so glad you could make it. We're talking about your girl, Erika. She tells Garcelle's son, like, get the F out of here. And the feeling I got was that she was saying, like, you're 14 and you shouldn't be in here, probably because they were serving alcohol or, you know, and filming or whatever the case was. That was the feeling I got from it, but she said it like 3 times. We haven't seen the episode yet, and those were the previews. Okay. I didn't know that because they showed this scene with Kyle and Mauricio and PK and Dorit. Hey, Joanna. Not the one she wanted to F then. No, Nikki, that is Oliver. So Oliver lives in Las Vegas. He's in recovery. He has a newer baby for sure. And the child's mother, they live together. They're in a relationship. JoJo says she would go off on Erika. He's in a relationship, they have a baby, they live in Vegas, and he's the one that actually works for Lisa Vanderpump. Hey, Nikki. So yeah, she did seem to make a pass at him. Hey, Jay Oliver. Whenever they were like meeting, shaking hands, it was like she was giving him the I want to F you eyes. And he clearly is a man, you know, a well-rounded man, and, you know, he deals with women. So I think he caught the I want to F you eyes, but she wanted to make sure she said it. Looks like it's at the end of the party. Hey, Zion. Yeah, you're right. It does look like it was at the end of the party. Maybe that's why we haven't seen it yet. This is probably, hey, Donna, I'm glad you caught the live too. So we're talking about next week's episode, the previews of Erika telling PK, or telling Garcelle's son to F off. And, you know, we saw her try to F Oliver. You know, then they, of course, show the scene between Kyle and Mauricio. Yes, she was very wasted. And PK and Dorit. Now, this is where people are starting to get upset, and they say this is why Kyle is trying to say that it's going to be her last season because she looks so bad in this scene. And then we're going to talk about the scene with Sutton and the whole miscarriages, which is kind of a sensitive subject, so we'll try to be as mindful as possible. We see again, like, PK and Kyle and Mauricio hanging out, drinking, eating. Now, they used to hang out all the time. And if you guys followed Kyle and Dorit, they would always be on Instagram, posting videos, just the 4 of them, drinking, dancing around, acting like crazy people. I mean, people would comment over and over and over how it seemed like they were like flying high, if you know what I mean. Like they were doing more than just drinking alcohol. They hang out together and they get a little wild and crazy, right? So now last year when they filmed together, everyone thought it was so hilarious because they were talking about Erika and her situation with Tom and the, you know, the car that rolled 3 times and all of that. And they were making little jokes and jabs about it. And, you know, viewers were loving it. They thought it was so hilarious. And now, you know, we see them filming together and it's not so funny. Mauricio basically says he's glad that Erika did that he told Garcelle's son to get the F out of there. And I don't know if he was just wasted when they were filming this and was confused on what they were even talking about, because that didn't really make a lot of sense. You know, Kyle says it's funny, but it's not funny. And Dorit obviously seems like she thinks that Erika was out of line, but she doesn't really want to say it. And PK says that Erika deserves a pass. Now, maybe that's because he's seen her with JJ, so he's like, you know what, we're going to give her a pass because she went pantyless that one time. Yes, JoJo, we do know how Mauricio likes to smoke. Erika needs to catch a slap for saying that. Oof. I don't know, Jay Oliver. I just think that PK wants to give her a pass because he saw what's down there. And also, this kind of backs up my theory about the blind item, about the housewife that's sleeping with the other housewife's husband. And we knew it was on the West Coast, so it only really left us Orange County and Beverly Hills. And we were kind of saying it could be Dorit or Mauricio, or Dorit and Mauricio. And I was saying that I thought it would be Erika and PK. And now I'm wondering, Groovy's agreeing with Jay Oliver that someone should slap Erika. Oh my gosh. People online are going crazy. They're on Portia's Instagram, and people are, tweeting saying, how would you like it if we were telling Portia to F off, Kyle? Just comment after comment after comment saying, okay, Portia, let's tell her to F off and see how well, Kyle likes it. And then, of course, we are getting everyone's reaction from this scene, from the fight between Sutton. Oh, Garcelle should have gone off a bit more, but racism, I'm sorry, didn't get all that say on Wild Day on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills social media. I know, that's why I was like, I got to do a live. Garcelle commented on her Twitter. She said she did not see that scene yet. That's what she said. You're right, Pam. It was the scene of the dinner between PK and Dorit and Kyle and Mauricio. And that's a scene that she said she didn't see it yet. It was meant to say, plus the first time, not what I initially said, guys. In my family, that's normal. It's kind of like a hard joke to kids, especially. Yeah, so Garcelle did tweet. She retweeted the minute-long clip, and she said she hadn't seen that. So I'm wondering, usually they get the episodes ahead of time. We all know that. And before they film the reunion, they kind of give them all the episodes. They'll rush them through, like even 3 or 4 episodes. So it was strange to me that she didn't see that. And that makes me wonder if it wasn't part of the episode and this was like unaired footage of that dinner between the 4 of them, or if it didn't make the episode and now they're releasing it, which is really strange because it puts Kyle in such a terrible light, especially with now that we've broken down this fight between Sutton and Diana. And when Kyle comes over to kind of, I don't even want to say mediate. Her and Garcelle originally come over together, right? Diana and Sutton are sitting, they're discussing, they're arguing, whatever you want to say. And it was Garcelle and Kyle who initially went over to sit down and mediate between them, right? Well, Garcelle immediately gets frustrated with Diana, calling, Sutton boring, etc. And she just says, you know what, listen, you're not going to ruin my birthday at whatever. And she just gets up and walks away. And that just leaves Kyle, Sutton, and Diana. Kyle seemed to me personally like she was very intoxicated. Like she was having a hard time even staying focused, or just she was tired or drunk on top of it. Kyle was out of turn there. Yes, she was very out of turn, guys. Now, when they broke down this scene, it doesn't look good for Kyle, right? So when Diana brings up her miscarriage, Liz says if Garcelle didn't know about it until it aired, then she didn't have an issue with it. It was a big deal. Her kid would have said something immediately. He did say something immediately. I don't know if you guys didn't see that in the clip. When they're walking out, the son says, Erika just told me to F off. And his voice was, I don't want to say it was quivering a little bit. Zion said Kyle was wasted and out of line. Yes. So when they were walking out to leave, the son did say something to Garcelle because I think he was coming in to get the flowers to take home with them. And he says, Erika just told me to F off. And Garcelle's like, what? And he kind of says it again, but you can hear it in his voice a little bit, like his feelings are hurt, like he was caught off guard, right? And so Garcelle marches her butt right on back in there, and she tells Erika that that's really messed up, that she just told her son to F off, and he's only 14 years old. And Erika just kind of, I don't even know. She doesn't really say much because I think she's even confused. She probably doesn't even remember that she told him to F off, but she did, and he did say something to his mother immediately. Alan says Kyle is Team Diana, I think. I think she's Team Diana as well. I do too. I think that I think Diana has a lot of influence in Hollywood, and she surely has a lot of money. Garcelle didn't know about the Kyle Dorit the PK conversation. Yes, you're correct, Pam. That's the clip that she retweeted on Twitter of the dinner between the four of them, where Kyle says it's funny, but it's not funny. Can we take a moment to appreciate Garcelle's oldest son, Oliver, though? Absolutely. You might have missed it. I was telling you guys, I kind of did a little special on him. He is in recovery. He lives in Las Vegas, and he has a small child who he's still with a mother. They date, they live together. I think she has children from a previous relationship. Shay says, I think Carl's scared of Diana. I think that too. Oliver actually works for LVP out there in like her high-end restaurants. That is how and why Garcelle was actually at the opening of one of LVP's restaurants in Las Vegas, because Garcelle is obviously Oliver's mother. Bravo got Kyle, Dorit, Mo, and PK to underplay how Erika's behavior was. Bravo definitely plans this stuff, guys. I tell you that all the time at Bravo Production. Erika should just apologize, move on, easy fix. Absolutely, but Erika doesn't, I don't think she likes to apologize, and I don't know. I just think it's all about to go boom really quickly, guys. We got to talk about this conversation with Sutton, okay? So Sutton, it seems like she's trying to relate to Diana. That was the impression I got when she says, like, you said you had a miscarriage. You know, I just want to say I had 2 miscarriages. I know how that feels. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you, JoJo, for reminding them. The only ones not scared of Diana are Sutton, Garcelle, and Cherie. Kyle didn't tell Erika not to talk to Sutton like that, Cherie. I agree with everything that you guys are saying. So Sutton says, I had 2 miscarriages myself. And Kyle, like, jumps out of her chair almost, you know, being, like, so shocked. And she's like, I just can't believe you would say that out of the clear blue sky is what Kyle says. You know, and Diana's not really saying a lot. She's just kind of staring at Sutton. And Sutton, like, reaches over to, like, kind of put her hand on her leg, be like, listen, you know, I can relate. You know, I'm sure she was trying to just be apologetic and find some kind of empathy when Diana said she should have headbutted Sutton. I know. She had empathy for Diana, I believe. I think so too. I think she was trying to relate to her, and she was trying to say, like, this happened to me too. Like, not trying to take away from her, just trying to find something in common with Diana. It seems like Sutton is always trying to reach to find, like, an even, like, just anything that they could have possibly in common together. And it's like Diana will just not give that to her. Like, she just will not give that to her, because how obnoxious really would a person have to be? Hey, Scorpio, to lie about 2 miscarriages. Like, we believe what Erika says, and she possibly could have, like, you know, been involved in, like, a Ponzi scheme. And Sutton, we don't really know of, has lied about anything that we know of. She, you know, was truthful allegedly about the whole, you know, seats with Erika. I'm sorry, not with Erika. The seat situation with the Elton John and Lisa Rinna situation. And she brought receipts for that. Ellen, Sutton always has a relatable story. She has to steal the moment every time. A lot of people feel like that, and Diana feels like that as well. I kind of felt like she was reaching to find an even ground. But Kyle is where everyone is appalled, because Kyle just simply says, I've never heard this before from you, Sutton. And Sutton's like, my goodness. You know, I think Sutton is desperate for friends and attention. I do think she makes a good housewife. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you for that. Sutton, Kyle is like so upset about this, and she says, I've never heard this before. And Kyle actually says, quote, this feels like bullshit to me. Alan says Sutton should have also not mad her leg so long about Sutton putting her hand on Diana's leg. But Kyle, like I said, she says, I've never heard this before. It feels like bullshit. She also says, don't talk like that to her, Sutton. And then she grabs her shoulders, right? And she's like trying to get like real face to face with Sutton, kind of like trying to square up with her almost. And Sutton is very like, she's just kind of, she seems limp almost, the way she's like sitting. Like she's not being very like assertive or anything. She's just kind of letting Kyle do her thing. And Kyle's burying herself. She's making herself look like an asshole. So she's like shaking Sutton like almost like a mother would a daughter. Jillian says Sutton plus Kyle haven't been friends that long, so she wouldn't know her whole history exactly. That was so strange. Kyle is so crazy. That was very strange. And it does seem like she was a little crazy about it. Like she was more upset than Diana was. And Diana's the one that just had a miscarriage. So really, out of Diana having a miscarriage, Sutton talking about her 2 previous miscarriages, and Kyle having 0 miscarriages, she was the one who was most upset. Yes, Pam, I think she was drunk. She was like pop locking, dropping it, doing splits, putting her legs up wild, bald eagle. Even Dorit was like, put your legs together. Sutton was lost in her body. She was being abused and she wasn't aware enough to stand up or say no. That very could be. Sutton didn't want none, or she didn't want none, but it did seem like she was shutting down a little bit. I think the alcohol or substance was making Kyle a bit aggressive, and that's not right at all. Yeah, or her and Mauricio maybe weren't getting along, because to me, she seemed very, not very much like herself. Like I said, she was like pop locking, dropping it and spreading her legs, bald eagle. And a couple of tweets that were so funny, guys, I wanted to share with you about this situation. Someone said, what did they say? Oh, they tweeted, Dear Sutton, Kyle is not your friend by any means. Sincerely, everyone. Okay. Someone else tweeted, Alan says Sutton should go to the Orange County. This group is too tough for her. Maybe that could be the case. Other people are laughing about how on Teddy's recap, the 2 T's in a pod, she's going to say something like, so I have an inside info on this whole Sutton thing, and Sutton was definitely lying because my best friend Kyle, who is my best friend, we talk all the time. So, yeah, Sutton was lying. Yeah, that's going to be Teddy's podcast. She'll definitely act like she has the inside scoop. Someone else tweeted, what if Brandy was trying to F Kyle's oldest daughter Farrah on camera? Jay Oliver says Teddy needs to go somewhere away. So they say, what if Brandy would try to F Kyle's oldest daughter Farrah on camera? How would Kyle like it? I don't think she would like it very well. Do you guys? And is this why she said this might be her last season? Then at the end of the conversation, this is where it gets even more strange. Kyle says, you lost a baby. We don't know. But Diana's is recent, right? So it's like she's even questioning her even more. Like, we don't even know if you had a miscarriage or not, let alone 2 miscarriages. Regardless, Diana's is fresh. So we have to have the most compassionate and give her, it shouldn't even be a competition, though. It's like Kyle was kind of making it like a competition by saying, like, her miscarriage is fresh, so it's more important than what you experienced, was kind of like what she was saying almost. And like I said, she was very aggressive. She was grabbing Sutton's shoulders. She was shaking her. And she seemed very intoxicated. She had her head down a lot like this. And this kind of brings me back around. It circles me back around to her mother. I always tell you guys, the mother was an alcoholic. She ran the bars of Beverly Hills. She allegedly would try to find old men, not even old men, just rich men, any rich man to pay her tab when she was done. One of her favorite drinking spots was the local watering hole at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and she even had a specific booth there, Big Kathy. Let's see here. It's crazy since Sutton only mentioned her miscarriage to emphasize with Diana. Kyle just wanted to control the conversation. Alan, newbies, Shay, that's Sutton's story to tell. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you wouldn't, it hasn't, I mean, nobody else on the show has like been pregnant or had a miscarriage, or, you know, there wouldn't be a reason really for it to be brought up. Like in Potomac, we knew that, Monique had a miscarriage because then she got pregnant again and had a baby, but she had a rainbow party for the miscarriage. So I definitely don't think necessarily Sutton would have had to have shared it with these ladies, only, you know, been hanging out with them for a couple of years. I mean, more powerful than Sutton and Garcelle. Again, we're not getting anything from Dorito, aka Dorit. I love to call her Dorito. It's like a term of endearment. We're not getting anything from her. What is she doing? She's not giving us any drama. She should try to go at Erika and tell Erika to shut the F up. I mean, she has opportunities to come in, you know, and kind of play along, but she just doesn't. She just doesn't. We're not getting it from her this season, and she really needed to bring it because she was on the chopping block last season, and now this season, yeah, we had the robbery, but that's it. I mean, we know how many times can you get robbed in 5 years? We already know they've been robbed twice in what, 4? So robbery is now out of the sort for them. I did hear, what else? Yeah, Kyle and Mauricio, we were talking about them separating. Hopefully Dorito brings something soon. I hope so too, because I like Dorit. I would like to see her. Dorito's fashions are lush, but she is boring. Agree. Kyle is a backstabber. I agree, Pam. And I think that Sutton's really learning the hard way. So funny that you say that, because don't forget about the episode we saw a couple weeks ago when they had the opening of Kyle's store, and when Sutton hugged Kyle, she's like pretended to take a knife out of Kyle's back, like basically insinuating that Kyle had stabbed Sutton in the back. And I definitely agree with that. I mean, Kyle almost acts like she's the one that brought Sutton on when really it was Elisa. Dorito is 1 foot out the door. She's absolutely 1 foot out the door, 100%. Why aren't we hearing anything about Beverly Beach? What happened to that? Kyle does what she needs to do to get the LVP and Kim would come back more interesting than Diana and Erika. Kyle backstabbed her own sister. I think the girls know she's lying about the guns. She doesn't want to tempt anyone to expose her. That is a very good point, Alan. She doesn't want to piss anyone off and have them exposing her, because she didn't tell LAPD that there was a gun or that she felt threatened for her life, but she did tell us that. So that's a pretty big difference. I mean, we know for a fact that there's been 2 reports released by the LAPD in reference to Dorito's specific robbery, and in either reports there was no gun, no weapon, no intent to harm mentioned in either one of those reports. Alan says, at this point, I would love to know what insurance company is still covering Dorito after all these claims in the last lawsuit. Well, they probably have it in somebody else's name because the home is not in their name. PK has a partner in LA. I don't even want to say his name. You guys can do the research yourself. It's a simple Google search. He's a powerful man out there, a very wealthy man. Thank you so much, Shay. I appreciate that. Sometimes people be going so hard on me in the comments about not having my hair done or my makeup done or whatever it may be. And I'm like, guys, I'm not getting paid enough to quit my job and just do YouTube videos and research all day, guys. Like, I have to work. Sometimes I make my videos in my car on my lunch break. Like, I'm trying to get you guys content. You're mad my eyebrows don't look good. Like, I don't get it. Probably Teddy's husband's company, LOL. Speaking of that, allegedly Teddy's, this is actually some good tea for you guys. I feel like the only real girls on Beverly Hills right now is Garcelle and Sutton. The other girls I don't trust. I agree with you, Groovy. I think Garcelle is slowly coming in every year stronger and stronger. Thank you, Zion. And I love it. And I think Garcelle is going to end up being a boss on the Beverly Hills Housewives. She really is. Every year she gets better and better and better. And I think having built a rapport with Sutton, like now that they have a little bit of time to have been friends and to trust each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are going to be thicker than thieves, like Carolyn Manzo says, okay? Because they can trust each other. Garcelle and Sutton are going to be a duo like Vicky and Tamra. I swear to God, just wait for it. It's coming because they can trust each other and they know it. I don't think Garcelle's going to backstab Sutton. She was there to stick up for her when it came to Diana, calling her boring, etc. And in the same breath, Sutton was sticking up for Garcelle over the text message and Diana spelling Garcelle's name wrong. And there's just been a lot of incidences where they've really proved their loyalty to each other on the show, but I bet so much more in private. Because imagine the things that they say and talk about with production execs, their contracts, the other women in private. And if they can trust one another, they're going to be unstoppable. I'm not even joking. They're going to be unstoppable because they're actually loyal to each other. Like, and there's two of them, right? So 2's company, 3's the crowd. Yes, Sutton and Garcelle will be for many seasons. I agree with you. Probably very good friends off the show as well. Yeah, and I think that, honest guys, if we didn't have them last season, we wouldn't even, Erika would have been just free in the clear to say whatever she wanted. No questions would have been asked. I mean, Sutton and Garcelle did a better job grilling Erika than Andy Cohen even did. I mean, Andy Cohen right now, he's getting not very good press either right now. He's allegedly in the works, cutting up a contract, not a contract, I'm sorry, cutting up a settlement with Nene Leakes over this whole racism. We got Diana coming out with all the racist things we've heard from her. We've also seen a retweet surface from Lisa Rinna. I said this in my last video, if you want to check it out, surfacing from 2010, talking about she had a dream that she was bitch slapping Star Jones and she ripped her wig right off. Something very inappropriate, okay? Garcelle needs a pay increase. So funny, Pam. I wanted to also hit up some shade that Dorito also said whenever they were at the birthday party. Whenever someone said the cake was a Birkin bag, Dorito goes, oh, her first Birkin at 55. Alan says, I'm watching season 2 of the New Jersey Housewives, something Caroline. I'm going to be doing another video on New Jersey because I have some updates for you guys anyways. They're filming and we're going to have a great season. I really think we're going to have a great season in New Jersey. Also, Andy Cohen is being called out for skiing during the show and drinking heavily. Yes, Groovy. Yes. He does seem a little, hyped up sometimes. I think he's probably just like Saturday Night Live people, right? They work late hours. I think they actually film Watch What Happens Live, though, prior, right? Kind of found that out with the whole Bethany Frankel and Erika Jane thing when Erika Jane talked shit about Bethany and Dennis, who is passed. And Bethany had already filmed Watch What Happens Live. And so she couldn't respond to Erika's statement like the day or two before because she had already filmed with Andy, which really put Bravo on blast for the fact that it's not Watch What Happens Live. The gossip about New Jersey appears to be promising. It always is, Scorpio. New Jersey is my heart. I'm one of the ones that cries when they show the Judice girls moving out of their home. I heard the partakes before the show with certain guests. Absolutely, Groovy. He totally does. How can Andy Cohen be ignoring Diana's racist tweet? Well, the tweet was actually, it wasn't a tweet. It was a comment on a Black creator's Instagram page. And so it wasn't a tweet, but he did actually recognize it and say something. That's what he said to Garcelle on Watch What Happens Live in reference to Diana and her racist ways. And that's why Garcelle just said she's uneducated. Like, she's uneducated. You can't believe anything Diana says because she's just an uneducated woman. And also, Ebony Williams, I'm not sure if any of you guys saw this. If not, head up Instagram. Ebony Williams came out with a little video for 3 tips for a non-Black white woman when arguing with a Black woman. Hi guys. Yes, let me say that again. Ebony Williams from the Real Housewives of New York City came out and did a little 5-minute video where she gives you 3 tips as a woman if you are a non-Black woman or a white woman arguing with a Black woman, the do's and don'ts, 3 tips basically. And I thought that was really funny of her to do because she obviously must be following what's going on in Beverly Hills. And maybe, you know, she's saying some of the things that Garcelle can't. Garcelle can't come out swinging by herself. I'm sure she's rallying the troops behind the scenes for the reunion, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey, Rhode Island. Yes, I saw Ebony's video. It was good. I love Ebony. I think she makes a great point, but I think she's so smart that I think sometimes people really truly don't understand exactly what she's saying, because her words are very, like, you know, she's very educated. She's a smart woman. What are the 3 tips? They weren't short tips. They were actually pretty in-depth. So I would check out the video, because like I said, some of her words are so large, like big. Sometimes I have to stop and like Google it and come back, because she's an educated, smart woman. And she obviously is following everything that's going on, and she wants to have her input. And, you know, I think that Garcelle is running the troops. She's gathering the troops behind the scenes. I only say that because when we saw Erika throw out Garcelle's book, it was a couple of days before Garcelle came out with all of those videos from all of the famous actors and actresses that she's worked with in Hollywood, supporting her book, making cute little videos, basically mocking Erika, and supporting Garcelle. So I think Garcelle is making moves behind the scenes right now. Ebony did a great video directed at Rena. Thanks, Stace, for saying that. I'm glad that you saw it, because I think, you know, it's great to be educated, and it's great to get a different perspective, and I hope that, you know, everyone goes and watches it. I love Ebony. I wish she would have worked out on New York City. Jersey girl here too. Yes, Groovy. We love New Jersey because it's like home to us. Ignorance is a cop-out. I think Diana said what she said and meant it, but tried to cop out by using broken English. I agree with you, Oliver, because what everyone doesn't realize is that the creator actually replied to Diana's comment, right? So the creator posted the meme. It was not even a mean meme, guys. It was actually one of the nicest memes I've probably seen. It was just of Diana, like a before picture and an after picture, right? And Diana makes the comment. She says, you know, basically something about being a Black creator, and the creator responds, right? She returns with a comment, clearly showing that she is taking the comment as a racial slur, okay? She makes it clear in her comments. Then Diana replies again, and then the creator replies again, okay? So her and the creator go back and forth 2 different times. So for Diana to say that she accidentally used the wrong word or broken English, she's blatantly lying, because she didn't correct the comment. She didn't delete the comment. She did nothing with the comment until, hey, Clifton girl, Groovy, until we all got up Saturday morning. I was one of the first ones to break it, and I was #1 on the Google search for it as well, just so you guys know. That's why I tell you to turn your notifications on. Until we all started rallying and calling her out, then she responded to it. But yeah, guys, don't let her fool you. She went back and forth with the creator 2 different times. It was very clear that the creator was taking that comment as a racial slur, and Diana gave 0 Fs. And she just spewed more hate at the lady, which is, she's so nice. I messaged her, corresponded with her, want her to come on the show, you know, my channel. She's obviously a busy woman too, works a real job and has kids, and she is affiliated with Up and Adam, so obviously she's gonna go there first, but I still want to have her on just to give us an idea of, you know, what it was like for her going through something like this. Because like I said, guys, she went back and forth with Diana 2 different times, and it's so funny because her last comment basically said something like, you know, just wait, because once everyone realizes what you're really about, Diana, like, you're done for. And we're starting to realize that. And I think that, I mean, we're hearing rumors that Diana definitely is probably not going to be coming back. But however, Bravo has to handle it very sensitively because, again, Diana has a lot of money, okay? We are hearing that production doesn't want to deal with her. She's hard to film with. And this is like a PR nightmare. I mean, you have this, then you got Kathy Hilton being accused of the racial slurs. Then you have Renna going on. And you know what? I saw a meme, and you know what it said? It said, we know that Lisa Rinna wanted to put the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she went back and used Dubai instead. Whenever she made that tweet about how if you're offended by the Beverly Hills Housewives, then maybe you should go watch Dubai. Well, other people were agreeing with me that they think she would have said Atlanta, but she knows Atlanta has such a following. Nothing against Up and Adam like the show, but more of a fan of yours. Thank you so much. Diana is ugly on the inside. I know she is. It's terrible. Yeah, so I don't know I mean, I think that they're not going to want to bring her back. That's what I think. They're not going to want to bring her back. But she's going to have to make it seem like she didn't want to be brought back. And this is what we run into again, guys, when we have really rich housewives that don't need a job, don't need a paycheck. JoJo says Diana's got to go immediately. She probably, I mean, I don't know, guys. Will she come to the reunion? If she wants to act like she's stepping away, then I guess she would probably not come to the reunion. I don't know what they're going to do. I think it's a mess. And then, like I said, we have Kathy Hilton. She hasn't even been introduced into the season yet. I mean, I don't think she was filming Paris in Love. Bravo can pick their fan base or Diana. The choice is Andy's, but Black makes a huge portion of viewers. Absolutely, Alan. Absolutely. But where do you see Kenya defending Renna? I love this channel. Thank you, Pam. Cut her from the reunion like they did the blonde one from New Jersey. Exactly. I don't think we really care to hear anything Diana has to say. We've all pretty much made up our mind. At this point, the evidence is the evidence. The facts is the facts. I mean, there are articles in different languages about this woman trafficking children, okay? Literally. Let's not forget she mentioned the Clinton Foundation and Haiti to Garcelle, as if Garcelle should be appreciative of Diana because she was affiliated with the Clintons in helping after one of the mass hurricanes. And everyone that knows that there are many rumors about the trafficking of children allegedly through the Clinton Foundation. I'm not saying or getting into politics. I'm just saying that there's been a lot of rumors. So now you have someone that is already being accused of trafficking children, talking about how they're affiliated with somebody else who's being accused of trafficking children. 1 + 1 = 2, guys. Okay. I'm just saying that's a little crazy to me. I'm just saying, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy that she sued a former employee of 3 years because he was stepping foot in her private areas of her home, like her bedroom or her bathroom, as if she was hiding something or someone. Because why would it be that serious if you're not there, you're not home, the man's taking care of your scheduling and taking care of everything? Wouldn't he be in your personal living quarters if he's taking care of, if he's like your go-to, your assistant, your right hand? Are you hiding somebody? Are you hiding someone? I mean, why would you sue someone over that? In your living quarters? Wow, trafficking shows what kind of person's money can make you. Absolutely disgusting. It is, and that's why she doesn't really have an answer for where all of her money came from, okay? That's why she can't really tell us. And we know that anytime a housewife can't really tell us where the money's coming from, i.e. Jen Shah, i.e. Teresa and Joe Giudice, there's usually something illegal behind it. Sometimes it catches up with them, like Teresa and Joe, and they go to prison, and sometimes it doesn't, like Erika G. Jen Shah, she's in the middle. We don't know what's going to happen yet with her. Why does she need people to go check out her hotel room? That's what somebody else said, and how she doesn't want to sit with a window behind her. Like, these are things like ambassadors and like state government officials, and those are sort of things that they think of, right? Not Diana, right? You're just a woman who made your fortune off of your ex-husband, and now you make energy drinks that have been sued. Your company's been sued. Diana's video having her house staged, all the stage in the world. Yes, Stace, I did see the video. Give everyone in the in the video let you guys know, she posted a short clip of, I don't know if it was a Jewish pastor or if it was a shaman. I don't think it was a shaman, coming in with sage, going through her house, burning sage and saying a prayer, right? And she films it and posted on her Instagram talking about how she's having her house cleansed. Diana was having her house cleansed, right? With sage and a pastor and a prayer. And she posted it on Instagram to try to act like she's being so unproblematic and that she has to get rid of the bad energy. Do you think she's Illuminati? Probably. Yes. Yeah. Did you guys peep that Illuminati? Congratulations to Nikki Hilton and her husband, a Rothschild. They got married, and literally I was just doing research for the show and I came across this like Illuminati statement, basically congratulating Nikki Hilton and her husband, and it was legitimately the Illuminati official site, and there were comments, other people checked it out too, so don't come for me in the comments. I was just sharing what I found in my research, and it's on my quick short stories if you're interested, and you can look it up yourself. Rena using her mom's passing. Oh guys, I know it's bad. We're hearing blind items that she's pushed it too far this time. That her agent's panicking. She basically called viewers bitches and hoes and P-U-S-S-I-E-S. I don't even know if I can say that, right? Not only did she do that to videos, now, like viewers, now she is, dogging the women from Dubai. So that's not cool. Pam says Rena is broke. She absolutely is 1,000% broke. They have 3 mortgages on their home in LA. I am in the process of uploading a video for you guys on Harry. I think you're gonna like it. It's just gonna be a quick video about some things that I found about him, and I'm gonna try to get that done for you guys today. Sorry about the interruption. Damn it. Sorry guys. I think there's a very remote chance she didn't realize. Apparently owls have something to do with the Illuminati, and Diana loves them. The owl is actually a ancient deity, and yes, it's very big in the Bohemian Grove. If you've ever seen any films from inside the Bohemian Grove, there's like this huge owl that's like behind, like it would be like the center stage almost. Bye Jillian, I hope you have a great day. Anyways, guys, yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Comment, let me know your thoughts on Kyle and this whole Sutton situation. Hey, Harriet, want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is going to be Kyle's last season? Do you think that this is the start of why he may not come back? Yes, Pam. I also, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, Teddy Mellencamp, of course she's on the 2 T's of a pod. We know that. Yes, JoJo. He's a Rothschild. So Teddy and Edwin have their business together, right? She runs the weight loss business and he runs the security business. Who just did? Dana Wilkie did a deep dive into Edwin, and I think that you guys should check it out if you're interested in a deep dive into Edwin and Teddy's relationship. She had some good bits in there, Dana did. So, but I wanted to tell you guys, one of the things that she was talking about, which I mentioned before, are how terrible the reviews are on Edwin's business online. So terrible. Yes, Groovy Kyle and her family are doing a spinoff. It's going to be called Buying Beverly Hills. I think this is the reason that they are not going forward with their divorce. If you guys know, it was reported they were getting a divorce, and then they came out and signed a contract with Netflix, and so I don't think they're getting a divorce now. Tamara is coming back to the Real Housewives of the OC. I've been telling you guys that for a month. Haven't I been telling you? They adjusted the schedule for her, the filming schedule. Yes, coming back. Also hearing rumors about Alexis Bellino coming back. Is she going to divorce Mauricio? Yeah, but if not, I don't think so. I think, like I said, I think that they were pretty serious about getting divorced, but then Netflix called, and both Mauricio and Kyle will do anything for a dollar. The one thing they do share is the love of money and nice things and a certain way of life. And so I think that if the price was right, they'll stay together and just keep doing what they've been doing the last 20 years. But to me, personally, I felt like Kyle seemed like a best friend who had just broken up with her longtime boyfriend, and she was out and about with girlfriends getting crazy. Skyline or something like that. Yes, Danielle. Edwin's business. The reviews are terrible. So they say that basically they get you into like a monthly subscription, and then you can never, ever, ever get out of it. And so there were a lot of elderly people and like people whose parents were stuck in the system of every month having to pay and never being able to cancel it, okay? And who does this sound like? This kind of sounds like what Jen Shah was being accused of, right? Because she was selling people's names and information to people who were going to scam them by selling them a monthly subscription for whatever they were selling. And that's kind of the same thing that Jen Shah did. Once you were in, they were charging a credit card every single month, and there's no way to get out of it. I mean, there is a way, but if they're older folks, they get nervous, they get upset, they don't understand necessarily technology, and then you have like, you know, basically fraudulent people on the other line who aren't customer service and have no intention of actually letting you cancel the subscription. So, but what we wanted to tell you was apparently they're venturing out. They're going to start doing, oh my gosh, what was it did they say? They're going to be doing the weight loss pyramid scheme, and then they're going to be doing the security, and there's something else he is getting into. He's extending the business a little bit. Dana let us know that he basically started out as like a call center guy. We knew that Teddy on the show told us that she hooked up with him as a nightstand. Jay Oliver, bye honey, great live as always, everyone. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Yeah, so anyways, who were we talking about? Oh, Teddy, yeah. So they met, one night stand, slept together. She never thought she would see him again, and they ended up, you know, getting married and having children. Here we are, okay? Is their dad probably helping her? I would say yes. Their Encino Valley mansion is amazing. Yes, the weight loss is definitely a pyramid scheme. I've done videos on this, but I need to do an updated one. Basically, it's a coach. So like if you do the 9-week program and you like it, you had a coach, you can go ahead and sign up and be a coach. Okay, another thing about Teddy's business that's just the same as Edwin's, you can never get a refund. Teddy has these people Venmoing cash over to their coaches. That's how they pay for these programs, okay? That's like you're not paying taxes, basically, because each individual person Venmoing to each individual coach and then making its way back to Teddy, okay? Probably without paying any taxes on it. Anyways, there were lots of text messages, people coming forward, emails of people trying to get refunds from her program, and they simply will not give them to you. And then they added in like the admissions and the advertisement, no refunds allowed. You're not allowed to get a refund. It doesn't matter. You're not getting a refund if you sign up. You got to pay upfront, and we're not ever giving you your money back. So solar energy, thank you. That's the word I was looking for, Danielle. Yes, Teddy and Edwin are benching out into solar energy. Harriet said, I heard that they may have been some inappropriate stuff going on between Mo and the oldest. Yes. Eat nothing, exercise all day, and pay for it. Makes no sense. I don't like Teddy and her name or dad's music. To touch on the comment, yes, there were rumors about Kyle and not Kyle's oldest daughter, Farrah, who we know has a different father, right? He's a doctor, and Kyle and him were married only for a couple of years, and Kyle says that she was just too young to be a wife and a mother, and so they ended up getting divorced. But he's a doctor, and yes, there were rumors, allegedly, about Mauricio and her having an inappropriate relationship. Could the oldest girl is not Mo's kid? Yes, she has a different father, completely different father. He's a doctor. Of course, he is a doctor. And yes, rumors that they had an inappropriate relationship, which makes it very interesting for me because I can't wait to see the Beverly Hills show and see what their interactions are like, because this came from a scene. Even before that, people were like, rumored about Farrah, and Mauricio, and then a scene came out. I don't even remember. I think they're like in a pool or something, and people who had never heard the rumor before, who were like, across the country, were saying like, "Wow, this seems really strange." Like, yes, Danielle, the church they go to, yes, yes. The scene seemed very inappropriate for a scene between a stepfather and a stepdaughter. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how they interact. We have to remember Farrah is older than the other girls. She's had her real estate license. Isn't Farrah the one that's getting married? Yes, she just recently got engaged. Yes. We know that she's been in the real estate business for a pretty long time, and we are church Teddy. You go to the church where Teddy and her husband go to church? Is that what the last comment? I'm sorry, I didn't see all of it. Farrah had her real estate license, for a long time, and Mauricio really took her under his wing whenever he left, Rick Hilton, to open his own business, the agency. I'm sure you guys know that gossip. I'll run it real quick for you guys before we cut this short. Not short, but we're just going to cut it off. Mauricio left Rick Hilton's business. Rick Hilton has been in real estate for years and years in the Beverly Hills area, obviously multi-million-dollar billionaire business type thing. Allegedly, Mauricio had been trying to make partner, and Rick would never make him partner. Now, we also got to think about the fact that Kyle and Mauricio were on the show then, and we have to look at their lifestyle. Like, it looks like that Rick was making sure that Mauricio was making a decent wage. They did live in the heart of Beverly Hills. They had a nice home, you know what I mean? They had nice cars, nice things, but it definitely wasn't the lifestyle that they're living now, okay? When they first came on the show, Kyle shopped at Target. She didn't understand name brands or anything like that. So thank you so much, Stace. So then Mauricio decides if he's not going to make me partner, I'm going to branch off. But here's what he did. Here's the shitty thing he did. He never told Rick. He just went in. He just knew he was never coming back. And he emailed Rick. And then he also took people with him, right? So he never told Rick face to face. He actually emailed him to tell him that he was leaving. I agree. Housewife is doing this best. She seems totally cool. Like someone, oh, thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you, Chocolate. Hey, sissy. So Mauricio doesn't tell anyone. He doesn't tell anyone that he's leaving. He emails Rick, and then he takes agents with him and starts his own business called The Agency. Now, he hasn't always had a great reputation either. We know he's in a lawsuit over a home in Beverly Hills where he made about, I don't know, $45 million, okay, by ripping off, it was a government listed home over somewhere in Nigeria. No wonder Kathy didn't speak to Kyle for a while. Yeah, absolutely. So Mauricio just up and left, and he took people with him, and he opened up what's now The Agency. Now, they don't have a squeaky clean record either. They had a walkout probably, I don't know, a year or two ago where a bunch of his employees just up and quit. We're not really sure why. Unhealthy working conditions, I'm sure. But yeah, so just something to think about, guys. Like, Kyle and Mauricio have like tripled, or if you even want to say quadrupled, their wealth in probably say like the last 8 years. And that's why really it makes you wonder what they really, is it really that easy to go from, I don't know, like a net worth of like 5 million to a net worth of 85 million in 8 years? Does that seem realistic to you guys? If you open up a business, I don't know. That seems crazy to me. Yeah, probably a system circumventing taxes, probably. There is a video of Edwin and Teddy I don't know if they're advertising for their church. Do you advertise for churches? I guess, if that's what you would want to call it. It's just a short little video of them in support of their local church that they attend now. And they just talk about how they found the church because there was always people standing outside smiling and laughing. And it just was a little strange, a little insincere, a little like, did the church pay them to do this video, and are they paying them to be like their spokespeople? Because I never heard Teddy talk about church the entire time she was on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, we've had other housewives talk about church. We saw Tamara get baptized. We know Alexis, people were calling her Jesus Jugs. You know, if they love God and serve Jesus, usually we know that at some point, and we've just never really heard that. Just saying, never heard that from Teddy. I never heard that from her ever. So maybe they are getting paid. Maybe they got paid to do a little video, and maybe they get paid to probably, you know, show up and attend a couple of times a month. Yeah, Jillian, those have been the rumors for a long, long, long time about Farrah and Mo. Guys, well, that's what I pretty much have for you when it comes down to the Beverly Hills. If you missed the beginning of it, you should definitely check it out. We'll be talking about Beverly Hills. I'm going to drop a video about that. And then I also am going to drop a short video on Harry Hamlin and some interesting statements and things I dug up from the 80s. So, I hate when my camera does that. Sorry, guys. So that will be next. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn those notifications on, and try to remember this is not my full-time job, guys. Don't come for me in the comments about how I look. I have a 2-year-old daughter and a full-time job, and I do this on the side. So I feel like my content's more important than my lipstick. Just saying. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. Keep an eye out for those videos. Make sure you turn those notifications on, and we will talk soon. Oh, the Harry Hamlin one is good, honey. I ain't seen this on nobody's site. Nowhere, okay? Nowhere. So, all right, guys, have a great day.